Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Dynamo video. We got 5 of my favorite picks here today on Prizepicks for the NBA. This game is on Saturday. The Celtics going back to Miami after winning 2 in a row, making this a series. They got a lot of momentum over here on Bet365, where you get $200 free to play with if you deposit just $10, I believe. The Celtics still the favorites, and a low over-under of 211 in this game. So keep that in mind when we're making our picks, because the Vegas odd makers know a lot more than we do. So if you guys are new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Join the Discord for free. We also just launched our VIP section of the Discord, where we have 5 of the top cappers from the industry giving out picks on all the sports: NBA, MLB, NHL, even esports and golf, and straight bets, money line spread bets as well. We also have our player projection models going for all the top sports, essentially like Al Horford 1.5 threes over under. If we project him for 0.9, you'll get our top picks like that based on all of our models. You also get the VIP chat, and it's for a very fair price, $24.99 per month with a 2-day free trial. It's going to cost you less than winning one $5 3 entry with a free square here on Prizepicks. So definitely sign up for the free 2-day trial just to check out our picks. So far, it's been great. We've had some big wins in there already. Also, join up in the free Discord as well. You can see people in here are still winning in the big wins section of the Discord here. So get in there. It's a lot of good stuff going on there. Both those will be linked down below. Now, for Prizepicks, let's clear this out for now, and let's start with our Heat picks back at home. Jimmy Butler, 28.5 just seems way too high to me still. I was on him on the under last game, still going to be on the under. I think people are just kind of blinded a little bit by his big scoring outputs in that one series. Hasn't really scored massively. I mean, he could still get you 25, 26, 27, which is going to be higher than his regular season averages, and have a good game, but just the games of 29 and over have been few and far between since that first series. Let's look at his game logs here. First series, obviously, went off 35, 30, 56, 42. Then versus the Knicks, a little tougher defensive team, never went over 28.5 in that entire series. And in this series so far, he's gone over in 2 games, and one of those was a home game. But just not getting to the line as much. 3 free throws, 7 free throws, 6. Hasn't been knocking down threes, has only made 3 threes all series, and hasn't shot over 50% in the entire series either. And you can see his regular season stats here, 22.9. So I'm under on Jimmy Butler. A lot of people give me flack for this pick, but it hit last game, and I'm rolling with it again. I think it's a smart pick here, and it projects pretty well as well here. All right, the next Heat player I'm going with is going to be Caleb Martin. Again, I was on Caleb Martin last game. On his PRA, it was at 18.5 when I got in and made the video. I think he cleared 19 in his worst game of the series. It was kind of a weird game for Caleb Martin, but he still covered the 18.5. It jumped up to 19.5 before the game started, but luckily a lot of us got in early because the video I put out for last game, and it covered. I'm going to go back to it here, even though it's 19.5. I think it's still a good one, taking the over. If we look at Caleb Martin in this series, his minutes were trending up 30, 32, 35, 35, and he was smashing 19.5 PRA. And until last game, didn't get 1 assist, which I thought was weird. You know, got 3 and 4 in a game. The points have been there. His worst shooting game by far. You can see 41% compared to in the 60s, 50s, and tied for his worst three-point shooting game as well. So I think we can see a bounce back game here for Martin and more minutes. It was weird to see Hayward Highsmith play 36 minutes, had a really good game, and then Strus and Lowry continued to struggle with Robinson and Martin having better games. But I'm going back to Martin in this one. It probably will help having Gabe Vincent back, hopefully as well, because he is a distributor out there. So that should just help Caleb Martin. So now, moving on to the Celtics, Derek White. I'm just going to go to his straight points here. Last time I was on the fantasy score, which actually isn't up yet. If they do put it up, I would be interested in that depending on what it comes in at. I think it's been around 23, 22 and a half, which I would take, but I'm taking the points. When he starts, his points just go crazy. 24, 16 in his starts here, and he got up to 37 minutes last game, which was great to see as well. His points prop, I think, only went from 12.5 to 13.5. If he's going to see 30 plus minutes, you can see these percentages, and he's knocked down at least 3 in each game, 6 last game. So I'm just going to go straight to Derek White's points. The next one, we got another pick. Obviously, going to catch some flack for taking unders. You always do. Jaylen Brown taking his under again. And we're actually going to go to the PRA, and let me explain why. 22.5 points is a lot of points, but you never know. He could knock down some threes. When he hasn't done that all series. His 22 is his highest. So I mean, you could go straight to the points, but he hasn't been rebounding that well either. 9 in the first game. Besides that, the highest was 6 with a couple 4s and a 2. Also, the assists, haven't been great. 5, 4, or a couple good games, but I'm going to add all those together. I'm going to PRA under, and if you add all of these up, it's 31.5, but the PRA is 32.5, so it gives you a full point buffer here, taking that PRA, and I'm going on the under. We can see his recent PRAs since the first game hasn't sniffed even 30. 25 is the highest, so going to take another under on Jaylen Brown. His props to me have just been way too high since the first game. I'm just liking his unders all series here. And then Horford, guys, taking another under. I'm a big under guy. People are afraid to take unders. I don't know why, but I think it's wise. We talked about this a little earlier. Horford projects for less than a 3 in this game, and I'm going to take him under on 1.5 threes made. Looking at Horford in this series, taking just 4.4 threes per game, which is a 1 whole 3 less than his season average, and shooting 27% from 3. Has a game with 3 threes, a game with 2 threes, but he'll need to knock down 2. I think the defense is going to be picked up. This total's only 211. Not going to see as many open threes in this one. Even though his minutes were up, he definitely is notorious for getting into some foul trouble. And last series, shot 27% from 3. Also, series before that, 36. So, not the best shooting in these playoffs for Horford. It's different shooting than the regular season. So I'm taking the under on that one for Horford. As far as my betting picks here, I'll be taking the Celtics on the straight money line. I think they can win by more than 3 in this one. They just got all the momentum. And then for the total, I'm going to be going over 211. They didn't get their last game, but I think that Miami will pick up their offense a bit. They can both score in the hundreds and total over 211 in this one. All right, before we get into the recap, wanted to mention again the free 2-day trial on the monthly plan for Dynamo. We got picks from 5 of our cappers. We got the projections, which sites charge $100, $200 per month for just that. And this is 2-day free trial, $24.99. So definitely get in there and check that out. It'll be linked at the top of the description. As far as my picks for the recap, we got Horford under a 3.5. Jaylen Brown under his PRA. Derek White more than 13.5 points if he starts, which I imagine he will. Caleb Martin over the PRA, and Butler under 28.5 points. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, get in there for the free trial and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.